Today I'm going to tell you a story. I wasn't going to make this video, I wasn't going to share this story, but I decided it needed to be shared. One of my own personal experiences happened last week related to the garden, and it almost caused my house to flood. And that would have been a very unfortunate event. So let me tell you what happened. So one day last week, I was feeling a little under the weather. I had spent a good amount of time outside watering my garden, and I decided I wasn't going to go to work the next day. I just wasn't feeling great. So I called in sick. Little did I know that one phone call saved my house from disaster. So the next morning, I'm in the bathroom, had just flushed the toilet, no problems there, went to wash my hands and realized I had no water pressure in my bathroom. The water was barely coming out of my sink, which was not normal. I tried another sink, there was no water pressure, and then I had this realization. Something had just happened. I knew it had to be outside. I ran outside to find my garden hose had burst. And I'm going to show you, I have since gotten rid of that hose, and it is no longer with me, but basically the hose burst. I'm going to show you on my new hose where it burst and why this almost was a disaster. So this is my new hose. It's actually plugged into a different outlet than where my old hose was, but my old hose burst right about here, this close to my house. And let me tell you, the water was running. It was gushing. And I believe I caught it just minutes after it happened. So I was so lucky that this did not flood the underground portion of my house. If I had been working a 7-8 hour shift like I was supposed to be, very likely my house could have and would have flooded. So there's a moral to this story. The night before, when I had been watering, I have been using this little gadget right here to turn off the water. Often I feel way too tired to go walk right back up to my house to the faucet to turn off the water. And I know that's not a great idea, but until this moment, last week, I had never had a bad thing happen from not turning off the faucet at the house. Now, I will never do this again. Never say never, but I hope to never do it again, having had that experience. Definitely a wake-up call. Do not rely on this to turn off your water. Yes, it was an unfortunate event, crazy event. Never would have thought that, one, the hose would burst, and two, it would burst right beside the house. But I narrowly escaped a massive disaster in my house. So I wanted to put this story out there. Probably not that many people do what I used to do, but in case you're one of those people that relies heavily on this, just think, if the temperature ever goes up, your hose maybe isn't as good quality as you think it is, don't rely on this. You don't want a house disaster. And I'm not saying this is bad, but if your hose ever bursts, this is not going to save your house. That is my public service announcement. I hope you guys have a lovely day, evening, or night, and hallelujah for the rain. Thank you to the weather gods. Thank you, Mother Nature. The forest fires so desperately need the moisture. And that's all I have for today. Okay, bye-bye.